Hello there, welcome to my channel, welcome back to Evna Lifestyle. So today I'm going to share with you guys the 5 bad things that radiography is known of. The things that the society takes to be so bad. You know, every field has got those bad talks about them, and this is what radiography is known about. We are known of these kind of things, we are known of these kind of things, and it's so exaggerated. So I'm going to share with you guys these 5 bad things. If you are a radiographer, I'm sure you are aware of them. If you are a beginner, just get to know your field. So let's get into this. The first thing is farming, right? I know a lot of you guys have guessed this correctly. So farming, for you who don't know what farming is, it's not about going to the field like you start preparing your land for crops and all those kind of things. It's not about that. The farming I'm talking about is why you get money from the patient without the knowledge of the hospital, right? So this is how it works. When the patient comes, there are those patients who don't really, like, they have money, but they don't really have the enough money which is needed for the examination. And they are in a hurry, either in a hurry or maybe some other circumstances, and they can't really go to social welfare. You take them to the social welfare. You know, as an innocent person, you instruct them to go to the social welfare, and they come up with all those kind of things. You know, they are really in need in those kind of things, what, and they say so much and a lot of things. In the end, you accept helping them, but not for free, definitely. So helping them, you get the money which they have, which is the half of money or quarter of money, whichever amount of money. You get that money, then you pocket that money instead of taking it to the hospital, right? So that's one way of how the farming is done. Then the other part is where someone comes with money and they are in a hurry. They don't want to join the queue of going to do the payments because there is a very long queue and they are rushing somewhere. So they come directly to you and they ask to say, I need help. I want to be seen, like making an express, I can say, right? Making an express, right? You want something that is quick and you don't want to join the queue because you're rushing to go and see the doctor, rushing to go and see somebody else. When everyone is rushing to see the doctor, I don't know why, but those are some of the excuses that people come with, the patient come with, and then a radiographer becomes a victim when they get that money, right? So that's farming. And that's how it's done. So that's farming and that's how it's done. So they get that money and you pocket that money without the hospital knowing. So that's one thing that radiography is known about. Like, it's really a bad thing. Even if your hospital doesn't practice, like you guys don't practice, your department doesn't practice, but it being that it's farming and it's known in radiography, you are all going to be included to say you are farmers, like you're cultivating people. So that's one of the bad things that radiography is known about, and it's a talk to each and every person talks about it. Like us guys, we do a lot of farming. Like guys, the radiographers don't just knock off without any pocket money. If they went to the hospital or for work without money, they'll come back with money. So yeah, that's one of the bad things that we're known of, guys. We are farmers. That's what we're known of. Either with our knowledge or without our knowledge, we are known of farmers. Not telling result is one of our speciality. Every radiographer don't tell results. At times we do, but at times we don't. And patients really get irritated with us. They really get annoyed with us. They're like, you know what, these radiographers are really stubborn and all that. So a patient comes for an x-ray. They do a chest x-ray maybe, and you've seen something. We don't, at the diploma level, we don't interpret images, but with the interest that you get to have, you would want to interpret some images, you would want to know some conditions that are happening there, you would want to explore the image of a patient, right? So a patient comes in, you check them, maybe for example we're doing x-ray, you do an x-ray on them, and then they ask you, like, what's happening? What am I okay? Do I have TB? Do I have what's happening? Are my lungs okay? Or maybe someone who has a fracture, they would want to find out if at all they have a fracture or they have maybe a dislocation somewhere at any joint. You don't want to tell them, but they won't really understand you or get you, because they will say, you are the one who saw me, right? You've seen me, so definitely you know what's really going on. So you are the one who's going to explain to me. You would want by all means to explain to them, no, the doctor will go and explain, this is the doctor's job. And the main reason why we don't tell results to patients is because you do not want to have you don't want to give a different information from the doctor. You are going to tell a patient to say maybe you have a fracture, and maybe, yeah, you can say you have a fracture and then maybe a green stick fracture. You might say it's just like a simple thing, it's just like a small thing, it won't go bad, and all those kind of things. Then when they go to the doctor, maybe the doctor might say you will need an operation, right? When you said in the first place, you as a radiographer, you say to say it's a simple thing, it's a fracture, so it won't even take long to heal. The patient will go to the doctor and they will be told it's an operation which is needed. So that's in that way the patient will have a tough time to trust the doctor. Why? Because the doctor is not the one who took an x-ray. It's you, a radiographer, who took an x-ray, and the patient is going to trust you more than the doctor. So that's why we don't really tell results. If you tell the results, the patients are going to just have a tough time to get the truth, like which treatment will be the better for me. And in the end, other patients may even run away. They will go because you've told them what you found when maybe you have even missed some things. So the doctors really have a good eyesight to know what's really going on, because they're the ones who are going to do the treatment. They're the ones who knows the patient history a lot. We also do take some history, but the whole patient thing, like that case is for the doctor. The doctor wants to do other examinations as well. You cannot depend on radiography department only or on x-ray only. Same applies with ultrasound or scan. If you see something in a patient, you cannot tell the patient directly that this is what's going on, especially if it's bad news, guys. If it's bad news, never should you try telling the patient like this is what's happening. There are those bad news where like they are okay, you can share them, but there are those bad, like worst worst news which you cannot give to the patient unless the doctor does the whole thing. If you tell the patient, they get disturbed. Others might even get bashed by the guy because they are really disturbed. You've told them heavy things which you thought that they were easy, like on you they are easy to tell, they are easy to explain because you've been seeing those kind of cases over and over. But for the patient, that's the first time and they are going to be disturbed. So the patient is not supposed to be told the results, guys. You need to let the doctor to do their job. So we are known of not telling results to the patient, which is, I mean, we are just trying to protect them, isn't it? So no matter how much some of people make us look like we're too professional, like we are too, we are too involving in those kind of things, there is just this one thing where we are just called button pushers. Button pushers is one of the things. I'm sure I mentioned this. You can just check that out, the video of where I say the things that I don't really love about radiography. I mentioned that and other things, so you can just check that out. We are called button pushers. No matter how much information we can give or no matter how much we can work hard, this is just our nickname, button pushers. So the button pushers comes in when the x-ray department, right? X-ray room, when you are doing the examination, there is a button where you have to push, like you have to press it for the x-rays to come out in the raw machine, like the photons come out from the machine and they go in the patient's body, they penetrate and they make an image. So for that whole process to happen, you need a button as well, where you have to push, you have to press, you push it back, then it does the whole process, right? So because a lot of patients, when they come in the department and they see us, that's the most thing that they see, because they won't really pay attention on you positioning the patient, you changing the exposures, you taking the machine from one side to the other side. They are only going to concentrate on the button which are going to press, and we are called button pushers. So it's also one of the things that goes out in the society, where when people are talking about radiographers, they'll be like, oh, you mean button, meaning those who press on that button, right? Those are button pushers and all that. So we are called button pushers, and it's a nickname of ours, right? It's ours, and we are not really offended because, I mean, that's what we do. So if the patient can remember us, or the society can remember us with the button pushers, I guess we're okay with it. So yeah, this is also a bad thing, but it is a bad thing, but it's okay. We are button pushers, guys. Button pushers. Cancer has always been the talk of the town for radiographers. Like every parent, like a lot of parents, I remember my parents refusing me to do radiography because they thought that I will have cancer and I will also have those kind of issues where radiography is the cause of me having these conditions. Radiographers are too prone to cancer, but we are not prone to cancer, guys. We have a lot of measures which are taking place, a lot of them. You can just check that out video as well, which I talked about how this misconception of us radiographers being prone to infertility and cancer as well. So yeah, you can check that out. So cancer has been a talk of the town, and people say, yeah, we know x-rays can cause cancer. Never come across somebody saying that they have cancer or because they are radiographers or being a radiographer was the cause of being a cancer patient. So the bad things, which we are not. It's not true, guys. It's not true. The thing is, if you want to gain weight and you are a radiographer, it's one thing that I've really observed, because being a radiographer is quite physical involving, and once you go in the X-ray department, you find a lot of patients. You will be moving up and down without having some rest till you just knock off or till the patients gets to be like the number of patients reduced and all those kind of things. But being a radiographer is quite involving, guys. It's quite involving. When you go to the X-ray department, you need to get a cassette, you need to prepare the machine, you need to call the patient, you need to position the patient, you need to go and check the exposure factors, you need to change them, you need to check everything to be in place. When you put the patient there, you do exposures and you are done with everything. You get the cassette, you go in the processing room, you process the cassette, you get the images. If you're supposed to dispatch them, you dispatch them, you go in the next. It's a cycle over and over. It's kind of hard to gain weight because you are using or you are burning up a lot of calories which are supposed to be stored as fats, right? So the bad things that I thought of sharing with you guys, which the society takes it to be like it's so something else, like they really exaggerate it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next upload. Don't forget to subscribe, to ring the bell, and also to share, as well as to comment. Like, leave a comment there in the comment section to share what bad things that you know about radiography. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you in the next episode. Bye.